Good afternoon, Texans. Today is Friday, October 25th. This is Texan TV News from the Tarleton campus in Stephenville, Texas. I'm Bethann Coldiron. Today's headlines: Purple pancakes at midnight, suspected sex offender convicted, lawyer charged with laundering drug money, FDA restricts hydrocodone, another NSA scandal, and your sports and weather. In campus news, yesterday the Student Government Association and the Freshman Representative Council hosted the tradition of midnight breakfast. The annual midnight breakfast has been sponsored by the SGA and FRC since 1983. The breakfast is cooked and served by the two organizations and is best known for the purple pancakes. Sophomore Hannah Rollins said, "Purple pancakes is one of the best traditions that Tarleton has. Not only is midnight breakfast fun, but it keeps a lot of the spirit alive throughout the week for the students." Students will stay up all night just to eat the purple pancakes that are served. The event was held in the dining hall at Tarleton State University from 10:30 p.m. till 12:30 a.m. In Friday's events for homecoming, the bonfire will be held at the college farm and the homecoming king will be announced. The bonfire will be lit at 9 p.m. And now for the AP News Minute.
This is AP News Minute. Students returned to class at Danvers High School in Massachusetts Friday morning, just 2 days after a 24-year-old math teacher was murdered. A 14-year-old student has been charged. Congressional Republicans and Democrats are set to negotiate a budget for 2014 starting next week. Both parties agree the best they can do is a small deal to blunt automatic spending cuts, not a grand bargain to rein in the deficit. 5 people were injured at the North Carolina State Fair in Raleigh Thursday night. Preliminary reports say a ride called the Vortex restarted just as passengers were preparing to get off. And the World Series is tied up at 1 win apiece after the St. Louis Cardinals beat the Boston Red Sox 4-2 Thursday night in Boston. Sandy Kozel, The Associated Press, with AP News Minute.
In local news, an Erath County jury has convicted a former Tarleton student of sexual assault, the Stephenville Empire Tribune reports. Isidro Tyrone Hewlin, 27, was accused of molesting a young girl residing with him and his wife. The girl contacted authorities after an incident in which Hewlin came home after a night of drinking and touched her while in her bed. The jury was divided yesterday and was originally split 3-9 before finally coming to a conclusion last night. In Texas news, according to the Associated Press, a West Texas lawyer is charged with laundering hundreds of millions of dollars from a now disbanded drug cartel. Marcus Antonio Delgado says he did not know the money came from illegal sources. He is accused of being the mastermind behind a $600 million scheme. Immigration and Customs Enforcement first arrested Delgado in 2007 when he had $1 million he said was from an inheritance. He eventually confessed, but is now saying that Immigration and Customs Enforcement misrepresented facts in his case. Delgado had been a contributor to Carnegie Mellon University and the El Paso Symphony Orchestra before his arrest. In national news, according to the Associated Press, the Food and Drug Administration is now recommending new restrictions on hydrocodone. Hydrocodone is a highly addictive painkiller that belongs to the same family of drugs as heroin and is found in many prescription medications. The painkiller is so widely used that it is the most prescribed drug in the United States of America. The FDA stated in an online notice on Thursday that drugs containing hydrocodone should be restricted as strictly as other narcotic drugs like oxycodone and morphine. Over time, hydrocodone has been much easier to prescribe, partly because it is only sold in combination pills and formulas. The Drug Enforcement Administration first asked the FDA a decade ago to reclassify the drug to a higher classification. The drug has been previously used to treat different levels of pain, including everything from back pain to toothaches. In international news, documents provided by whistleblower Edward Snowden have revealed that the NSA spied on the phone calls of 35 world leaders. Reports indicate that a U.S. official handed over a list of numbers to NSA agents that gave them access to the communications of public figures worldwide. This development has sparked outrage overseas, with European leaders calling it an unprecedented breach of trust. The documents originate as far back as 2006. In sports news, after suffering their first loss of the season, the Tarleton Texan football team returns to Stephenville for homecoming. The number 23 ranked Texans, now 5-1 on the season, will take on A&M Commerce tomorrow night at Memorial Stadium at 6 p.m. The Texans can remain atop the Lone Star Conference with a win. According to Tarleton Sports, the Texans are looking for their first homecoming win since 2011. Tarleton State golfer Isabel Jimenez Pereira has been recognized as the Lone Star Conference Golfer of the Week after her first place finish at the Oklahoma Intercollegiate for Women last Tuesday. The sophomore from Cabina, Spain, shot a 1 under par to win her first tournament of the 2013-2014 season. The second annual Texan Alumni Basketball Game will take place tomorrow, Coach Hearn confirms. The game will tip off at 11 a.m. in Wisdom Gym and is free of charge and open to the public. Texan Volleyball will be on the road for 2 games this weekend as they continue their Lone Star Conference play. The Texans will take on Midwestern State tonight and will travel north to Lawton, Oklahoma, to take on Cameron in a Saturday afternoon matchup. The weekend forecast projects sunny skies with a high of 70 degrees today, according to weather.com. Unfortunately for the homecoming festivities tomorrow, there's a 50% chance of rain and a high of 73. Sunday will be partly cloudy with a high of 73. Today's broadcast was produced by Ryan Cox, Ashley Husbands, Megan Peterson, and Robin Tanter. You can follow us on TexanNews.net and don't forget to like us on Facebook. I'm Bethann Coldiron with the Texan News Service. Have a great weekend.